I resimulated all of Undertaker's WrestleMania matches to see if Undertaker could be as dominant as he was, or would he be a complete loser. So let's jump into it. The first match of the Undertaker streak took place in 1991. Yeah, we're really going back. Where the Undertaker took on Jimmy Superfly Snuka. Undertaker takes down the Superfly. Superfly goes to the outside and Taker dives onto him. Undertaker then no-sells the shit out of Jimmy Snuka and dominates him throughout the match until Taker misses a leg drop. And Jimmy Snuka tries for a sleeper as the last gasp, but Taker breaks out of it. Tombstone piledriver by the Undertaker, and it's over. Taker squashes Jimmy Superfly Snuka, just like in real life. Put that one up. Undertaker wins. The second match of Undertaker's WrestleMania matches is Undertaker versus Jake the Snake Roberts. Undertaker starts off the match with control. The Snake tries to escape, but Undertaker dives onto him, telling him, "Nah, man, you ain't getting away from me, you little snake." Undertaker throws Jake Roberts around like a ragdoll, but Roberts is able to rebound. Undertaker lands a chokeslam and connects with the Tombstone. Jake Roberts, though, kicks out of the Tombstone piledriver. Undertaker goes for a tope again, but Roberts dodges and Taker crashes his bones. Jake runs back into the ring like a snake. He wins by fucking countout. Beats the Undertaker and ends this piece of crap. Defeats Undertaker by countout. So after the match, Undertaker tombstones Jake Roberts. But regardless, unfortunately, that means that Undertaker has lost his first WrestleMania match. It's time to talk about the match. Undertaker versus Giant Gonzalez. It can't be any worse than the real one. First off, I forgot to mention something. Giant Gonzalez is jogging down to the ring. I've never seen him do that in my life. Now to the match. The match starts and Giant Gonzalez takes down Tankers and bounces off the ropes to hit a big boy splash. Taker tries to boot Gonzalez, but he freaking no-sells it. Taker goes for a flying clothesline, but Gonzalez no-sells it again. Undertaker is absolutely getting his ass beat in this match, being straight up bullied by this Giant Gonzalez. Giant Gonzalez goes to the top rope and gets countered into a power slam. Undertaker connects with a big boot and a headbutt that sends the Giant into the corner. Undertaker hits the biggest chokeslam off the top rope I've ever seen for a 2 count. Gonzalez hits an end of days onto Taker, and Taker kicks out. Yes, an end of days. Like, what the... Like, what? Undertaker somehow then lands a tombstone piledriver to the 8-foot Giant for the pin and the win! Undertaker wins in a match that was far better than its IRL match. Seriously, do not watch that match. Alright, time for match 4, WrestleMania 11. Undertaker versus King Kong Bundy for the urn. Bundy connects with a knee to Taker, but Taker gets up and beats him straight in the face. King Kong Bundy connects with a big splash and an elbow, and then he fails an axe handle. Bundy hits a disaster kick! Undertaker goes for a chokeslam, but King Kong counters it, and Taker DDTs him. Undertaker nails the tombstone piledriver, but a pesky rope break breaks up the call. Bundy and Taker trade punches, but Taker hits another chokeslam and a tombstone, but Undertaker misses the rope break again. Bundy then hits a big splash in the corner and a slam to the Undertaker for a 2 count. Taker locks on a reverse guillotine, but Bundy is able to get out of it and connects with a massive big Bundy splash for the pin. Yes, washed King Kong Bundy beat Undertaker in 1994, and he got to keep his urn. Put it on the scoreboard, unfortunately. Undertaker lost to washed Bundy. The 5th match of Undertaker's WrestleMania matches is Undertaker versus Diesel at the WrestleMania 12. Undertaker starts off with the old school to Diesel, but Diesel no-sells the move and shoulder blocks the dead man down. Diesel hits a mini jackknife, but Taker pops up and then gets taken down by Diesel again. Diesel lands the jackknife, goes for the cover, but Undertaker kicks out at 2. Diesel goes to the top and clotheslines the dead man down once again. Undertaker looks for the tombstone, but Diesel knees him straight in the face. Diesel punches Undertaker so hard that it knocks him out cold, and Big Daddy Cool beats the Undertaker. I guess he made Undertaker rest in peace instead. You might as well shove him in the casket. The next of Undertaker's WrestleMania matches is WrestleMania 13 in 1997, as Undertaker challenges Psycho Sid for the WWF Championship in the main event. Undertaker dives off the top rope and busts open Sid Vicious. Undertaker dives to the outside. Undertaker headbutts and chokeslams Sid for the pin. Win. Wait, what? That's it? Are you serious? That's how short this match was? Wow. Damn, Sid, you suck. Anyways, Undertaker's your new WWF champion. Put that on the scoreboard. Actually, time for something positive. Undertaker versus Kane at WrestleMania 14. Kane starts the match with a running DDT and a dropkick and is just laying into his brother right out of the gate. Undertaker rolls to the outside and Kane jumps onto him, taking a page out of the Undertaker's book. Kane beats up Undertaker on the outside, runs back in the ring, and wins by a fucking countout, you piece of shit. Oh wait, I just got something's blaring in my headset. Apparently the match is going to be restarted according to Vince McMahon, so restart the match. Now that the match is restarted, Undertaker takes control and dominates in the early going. Kane goes to the outside, but Taker dives onto him and overshots it and dies, basically. He breaks his neck, but luckily he's able to recover. Undertaker lands an elbow in the ring, so that's good. Undertaker gets fired up and goes for another dive, but misses again. Kane dives onto Undertaker with a flying clothesline and gets a 2 count. Undertaker connects with Old School and then hits him with the first tombstone. But Kane kicks out. Undertaker goes for a tombstone again, but Kane strikes him and hits him with a tombstone of his own and goes for a cover, but he gets a 2. Undertaker hits an Old School and goes for a tombstone pile driver, but Kane counters it and lands a choke slam, looking to end his brother, but Undertaker kicks out. Kane throws his hands in the air, and this gives enough time for Taker to hit a flying clothesline to pin him and win. Undertaker defeats his brother at WrestleMania 14. And, you know, while it might have started off pretty bullcrap, you know, at least we ended on a high note. So put that on the scoreboard. Undertaker defeats his brother, but it's time to move on to the next WrestleMania. WrestleMania 15. Undertaker, leader of the ministry, versus the big boss man representing the corporation inside of the Hell in a Cell structure. Well, it's a Hell in a Cell match, which you know what that means. It's time for the two guys to break out of the cell. And then they have to climb the cell, which means someone is going to die. After a 20-minute brawl on the top of the cell with some accidents, Boss Man nails the Boss Man Slam on top of the cage. The cell wall breaks, both guys fall through the cell. Boss Man covers the Undertaker and wins the match. Boss Man defeats the Undertaker at WrestleMania. That's some BS if I've ever heard it. But we gotta put it on the scoreboard. And this leads us into his next match at WrestleMania. Undertaker versus Triple H at WrestleMania 17. Triple H hits his first pedigree of the match, getting a 2 count from the Undertaker. Triple H tells Undertaker to suck it and then clotheslines him in the corner. Undertaker is able to come back as he takes down Triple H and goes for a last ride, but Triple H counters it. Taker lines up Triple H for a chokeslam, but Triple H is able to sneak in a pedigree, the second one, and he only gets a 2. Triple H flapjacks Undertaker onto a non-setup table, goes for the cover with the feet on the ropes, and he pins him for the 3, and Triple H beats the Undertaker. Not a great start for our American badass. The next match in Undertaker's WrestleMania matches is Undertaker versus Ric Flair at WrestleMania 18. Flair chops and clotheslines Taker out of the ring, but Undertaker is able to hit a DDT on Flair to turn the tables. Flair grabs a kendo stick and batters the Undertaker with it. Undertaker and Flair beat the shit out of each other, but Taker is able to get a last ride on the Ric Flair, gets Flair back in the ring, and hits one more last ride to finish the job. Undertaker defeats Ric Flair at WrestleMania 18 and put it on the scoreboard. Undertaker's next WrestleMania match is at WrestleMania 19, where him and Nathan Jones do. Unfortunately, I knew how this match would play out. Poor Undertaker got completely walloped. He tried his best to fight, but he never stood a chance in a handicap match. A-Train hits the train wreck to end Taker at Mania 19, putting him out of his misery. While in real life, Undertaker could easily beat these guys, in a simulation in 2K, he never had a chance. Undertaker's 12th match at WrestleMania would be himself returning as the Dead Man against his younger brother Kane in a rematch. Undertaker starts with control of the match, but Kane takes it back for a bit. Undertaker lands the last ride to his brother, and then hits a tombstone piledriver, but a pesky rope break gives Kane some breathing room to recover. Undertaker calls Kane to get up, and he misses another dive against his younger brother. Undertaker gets in the ring, and looks like he's trying to win via countout, which doesn't make me happy. Kane gets back in the ring, Taker runs and lands a flying clothesline. He gets the pin on his younger brother, and Undertaker defeats Kane at WrestleMania 20. Undertaker's 13th match at WrestleMania. would be The Undertaker putting his streak on the line against Randy Orton, legend killer himself. Undertaker takes down Orton with a suplex and dives onto him with an elbow drop. Undertaker locks on a chin lock, but Randy gets out of it and rebounds. Undertaker goes for the chokeslam, but Randy counters it. And Randy hits his comeback move, and Taker clotheslines him over the top to do a flying dive, and he gets it. Both guys are back in the ring, and Randy nails a backbreaker on The Undertaker. Randy Orton dives off the turnbuckle to hit a splash, but Taker kicks out of that. Orton makes the dead man dead because he punts him right in the head for a 3. Young Randy Orton defeats The Undertaker and ends it. Well, actually, no, he doesn't have an undefeated streak. He's like, what, 6-7? Undertaker's next match at WrestleMania is at WrestleMania 22, where Undertaker fights Mark Henry in a casket match. The match turns into a chaotic, bloody, violent brawl between these two. But there's a problem. For some reason, Henry and Taker wouldn't put one another in the casket, so I had to interfere, and finally Taker would get Mark Henry into the casket and close the lid on the World's Strongest Man, and The Undertaker would end Mark Henry and make him rest in peace at WrestleMania 22. Undertaker's 15th WrestleMania match is against Batista for the World Heavyweight Championship. Batista takes down Taker immediately and then power slams him. Undertaker comes back with the slam of his own and tries to choke slam Batista off the top, but Dave counters and they trade moves back and forth. Undertaker dives with an axe candle and goes for a cover, but doesn't even get a 2 count. Batista goes for the Batista bomb, but it's countered by The Undertaker. Undertaker locks on Hell's Gate, but Batista breaks out of it. Batista locks on the Batista bite, and that is broken out of by The Undertaker. And Undertaker connects with a Tombstone Piledriver to pin and win and defeat Batista and win the World Championship at WrestleMania 23. Undertaker's 16th WrestleMania match is against the Rated R Superstar and current World Heavyweight Champion Edge. Undertaker DDTs Edge and does a tope over the top like he always does. Taker bounces off the ropes, but Edge catches him. Edge locks on the execution, but Taker shakes out of it immediately. The straps come off, and Taker lands a last ride for a 2 count. Taker looks to end it with a tombstone, but Edge gets out of it. Edge goes for a spear, but misses, and a comeback attempt. He goes for another spear, and this time he nails it, and he gets a 2 count. Edge dives over the top for a crossbody, and Taker looks to win via fucking countout again, but dives to the outside. Both guys are spent and are trading blows back and forth till Edge nails an execution and a spear, but The Undertaker still kicks out of a double combo. So Edge hits one more spear to The Undertaker and finally is able to pin him for the 3, and Edge defeats The Undertaker at WrestleMania 24. Undertaker's 17th match at WrestleMania. It is Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 25. Undertaker starts out by gorilla press slamming HBK down. Shawn Michaels gets Taker out of the corner, hotshots him and dives but falls short and gets punished in the last ride. Both guys trade blows and HBK is able to hit his comeback maneuver, but Undertaker back body drops Shawn and the straps come off once again. Undertaker dives onto Shawn to the outside. Both guys are in the ring. Taker connects with the last ride once again. The Undertaker goes for the tombstone, but Shawn counters it and hits him with a springboard elbow. Shawn lands a diving elbow, the sweet chin music, and it's all she wrote. Shawn Michaels defeats The Undertaker at WrestleMania 25. Undertaker's 18th WrestleMania match is a rematch. Undertaker takes on Shawn Michaels in a rematch from WrestleMania 25. Shawn starts off with connecting with a DDT and tries to end it immediately, but no dice. Undertaker locks on a reverse guillotine, but Shawn breaks out of it. A Lou Thesz press by Shawn Michaels and an elbow drop for barely even a 2 count. Sweet shit music, and Shawn's having issues covering for some reason. I guess he's tired. This lets Undertaker kick out. Shawn and Taker trade blows back and forth, and Shawn hits a second super kick right into his face, goes for the cover, but doesn't get the count. So Shawn Michaels dives onto The Undertaker and goes for another comeback move to end the dead man. He ends it with a comeback and wins the match. That means that Shawn Michaels goes 2-0 over The Undertaker at WrestleMania, which is kind of crazy. Undertaker's 19th match at WrestleMania is against Triple H at WrestleMania 27. Triple H gets decapitated by The Undertaker, but takes down The Undertaker with a neck breaker. Triple H grabs his trusty sledgehammer and whacks Taker with it. Undertaker is able to put Triple H in a tree of woe, but Hunter is able to roll out afterwards, and Undertaker dives on the head. The straps are already coming down, and Taker lands a last ride on the outside. Both Hunter and Taker miss running moves, but Triple H gets a spine buster in. Both guys are back in the ring, and Triple H with a pedigree this time, but he only gets that 2 count. Undertaker connects with the tombstone, but again another 2 count, and Triple H kicks out. Undertaker goes for a dive, but Triple H dodges it. Triple H then nails a spine buster and another pedigree on the table for the 3. Undertaker loses once again, this time to Triple H again. Undertaker's 20th WrestleMania match is at WrestleMania 28, where he takes on Triple H in a rematch from the previous year. Triple H pummels Undertaker with many strikes, and after an ass whooping by Triple H, a spine buster, and a pedigree, Undertaker kicks out. Triple H taunts the Undertaker, but Taker's back up with a big boot. Triple H dives off the turnbuckle but misses. Taker press slams Triple H to the cage. Taker hits a tombstone piledriver, but Triple H kicks out. Both guys are trading blows, and everything just goes to shit. Triple H lands a comeback, but Taker no-sells it. And then Triple H goes for another pedigree, but Taker counters it and locks on a guillotine. Both guys brawl on the outside for a good while until Undertaker chokeslams Triple H, locks on the Hell's Gate, and makes Triple H tap, finally defeating Triple H in the simulation. Undertaker's 21st WrestleMania match is Undertaker versus CM Punk at WrestleMania 29. CM Punk starts off by taking down The Undertaker harder than Jack Perry. An Asai moonsault by CM Punk. Taker is able to roll out, but Punk does a elegant dive to the dead man. Undertaker gets back in the ring. He tries to go back out, but the ref holds him back, so Punk gets back in and completely misses an elbow. He just decides to go for a springboard dropkick to make up that big L. Punk goes for the GTS, but Taker counters it, so CM Punk goes to the outside and Taker axe handles him. Taker tries for a last ride, but Punk counters it. Punk gets booted in the ring. CM Punk connects with the GTS as Paul fucks with the turnbuckle pad for a 2 count. Good job, Paul. CM Punk connects with a knee in the corner. He goes for another GTS, but it's blocked into a tombstone piledriver. But CM Punk no-sells the tombstone and clotheslines Taker down. Like, what is with the no-selling, man? Taker leaps for a leg drop, and Paul screams at the ref to distract him. This distraction leads to the ref missing a pinfall. Punk counters a chokeslam, and this counter is so deadly it leads to a 3 count as Paul Heyman is on the apron for some reason, probably trying to fuck with the turnbuckle pad again. Undertaker's 22nd WrestleMania match is him taking on Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 30. Brock is throwing Taker around like a rag doll, and Heyman grabs a chair and throws it back down. Brock German suplexes and then fisherman's Taker on the outside. Undertaker counters a German into an atomic drop. Undertaker connects with a leg drop onto Lesnar for a 2 count. I don't know why he's pinning, but you know what, it is what it is. Undertaker does a big splash and then slams Lesnar on the mat. And the straps come down as Taker connects with a choke slam and then a tombstone piledriver. Heyman distracts the referee and somehow the ref misses the count even though he can clearly see it. I guess Heyman is just too distracting. The 2 guys enter a strike off, and Taker gets Lesnar in the corner for a chokeslam off the top and another tombstone piledriver, but still Lesnar kicks out. Taker goes to the outside, and both guys get counted out. A draw at WrestleMania, and this won't stand. So the match is restarted. Sudden death rules. After the match is restarted, the 2 fight for the 5 more minutes till Lesnar connects with an F5 pin, and it's over. The streak is dead, even though Taker has now lost, what, 13 times already? So it kind of like kills the world, right? Undertaker's 23rd WrestleMania match is at WrestleMania 31, where Undertaker returns after his loss last year to fight Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt comes out with a series of punches onto the dead man, but Undertaker stun guns Wyatt and elbow drops him for a 2 count. Really, a 2 already? Wyatt claps back as Taker looks for another chokeslam? Maybe? But regardless, Wyatt runs around the ring and then hits a Sister Abigail. Okay. Undertaker claps back and throws Wyatt back in the ring. Taker gets back in and Wyatt locks on the mandible claw, but Taker gets out of it. Kinda. Bray Wyatt does a big boy senton off the turnbuckle, goes for a cover but doesn't get a 3. Wyatt tries to lock on the mandible claw again, but Taker elbows him straight in the face and connects with the tombstone. This gets a 2 count. Both guys trade barbs on the outside, and as Taker's getting back in, Wyatt immediately gets Taker in the mandible claw for the pin. Bray Wyatt beat The Undertaker! Yay! Too bad he lost 13 times before, so it doesn't feel like anything. Undertaker's 24th WrestleMania match is at WrestleMania 32. Shane gets in his shitty Shane McMahon punches and almost wins the match, which if Undertaker lost to that, then yeah, he should have never wrestled again. Undertaker lands the tombstone piledriver, but Taker is exhausted and he can't go for the pin. Shane locks on a triangle choke to take advantage of this, but it's broken up. Undertaker throws Shane through the cell wall, and both guys climb the cell. Oh god. Undertaker's getting some bad memories of what happened last time. And after a hellacious fight with many walls broken and many oopsie-doopsies on the cell, Taker chokeslams Shane through the cell, breaking the wall, goes straight for the cover, pins Shane, and wins the match. Undertaker gets his redemption after losing to Boss Man at WrestleMania 15, and he rides off on his bike that just appeared out of nowhere. Undertaker's 25th WrestleMania match. 25 matches, man. What a legend. Is at WrestleMania 33, where Undertaker fights Roman Reigns. Undertaker immediately locks on a chokehold, but Roman breaks out of it and hits a big boot onto the dead man. The Undertaker hits a snake eyes and a boot for a pathetic 1 count. Both men go to the outside and Roman tries to lock on a guillotine of his own, but Taker breaks out of it. There's also no moves on the outside. What the fuck does that even mean? Roman's back in the ring and Undertaker grabs a baseball bat and Roman misses a dive, learning after the Undertaker, I see. Roman whacks the dead man with a shovel and Superman punches him. Roman Reigns rebounds off the ropes and nails a spear, goes for the cover, but only gets 2. Undertaker hits an old school and then a tombstone piledriver for a 2 count. Taker goes to the middle rope, but Roman just punches him. Roman goes for a Superman punch, but it's dodged by the Undertaker. Undertaker chokeslams Roman and the straps come down. Taker tombstones Roman on the outside, but there's no pinfalls on the outside. Taker throws Reigns back in the ring and gets a 3 count. Yeehaw. Yeah, he tombstones him on the outside and just immediately pins him, so... Well, sorry Reigns, looks like you gotta get buried, brother. Undertaker's 26th WrestleMania match is at WrestleMania 34, where he takes on John Cena. Kinda. John Cena starts off the match by hitting a spin-out slam and then a hurricanrana. John Cena then follows that up with a springboard stunner, this time actually hitting it and not looking like crap. But Taker is able to hit a gorilla press slam to take down Cena. Undertaker goes for a choke slam, but it's countered by John. John hits his iconic comeback move that we've seen 1,000 times. Cena hits the 5-knuckle shuffle off the turnbuckle. He goes for the AA, but it's countered by Undertaker punch. Undertaker's stun gun and a leg drop. Then he sets him up for the tombstone piledriver, and he hits it, pins John Cena for the 3. Undertaker beats John Cena at WrestleMania again. Undertaker's 27th WrestleMania match is at WrestleMania 36. Undertaker versus AJ Styles in a Boneyard match. Undertaker starts off the match with a flying clothesline and then power slams AJ down. Both guys are trading blows back and forth. Taker punches but Taker gets a punch into AJ's gut and then hits it with a leg drop. AJ tries to shut the lid early, but he doesn't get it. Taker then chokeslams AJ on the outside and pulverizes him with a baseball bat. Undertaker then hits his first tombstone of the match, probably. And Taker goes for another tombstone, but AJ counters it, and Taker chop blocks him. Both guys are back in the ring. A chokeslam by AJ, but a kip up, and then a tombstone piledriver. AJ throws Taker to the ropes and performs a pop-up style splash, which was pretty sick. Undertaker gets cracked with a steel chair and countered into reverse DDT by AJ onto a chair. Undertaker grabs AJ, leans him against the ropes, throws him in the casket, and that's all she wrote. Closes the lid, and Taker wins the Boneyard match. So, it ends with the dead man getting the last W ending his career despite many, many, many losses. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you next time.